Today, we're diving into a blueprint for life that has shaped the world for over 2,000 years. These are teachings that have literally altered the course of history and changed countless individual lives. So let's get right into it and uncover the core ideas that hold so much power. So, what are these core ideas, really? Whether they're totally new to you or you've known them your whole life, they offer a plan for a radically different way of living. It's a design that's part profound challenge, part life-changing invitation, and part enduring promise. So, here's our plan. We're going to take these powerful statements and distill them down into their core themes. We'll kick things off with the internal foundation of faith, then see how that blossoms into the external action of love, dig into the crucial attitude of humility, and finally, wrap it all up with the promise of peace that connects everything. All right, first things first, everything, and I mean everything, starts on the inside. It's an internal shift, a change in your whole mindset. This first theme is the foundation that everything else is built on, a deep, active faith. And this is square one. It's a direct call to consciously step away from anxiety and fear and move toward trust. It's not some passive, cross your fingers kind of hope. It's presented as an active decision to place your confidence in something bigger than yourself. And that's the thing. This faith isn't about just sitting around and waiting. It's an active chase. The words themselves, ask, search, knock, they imply that you've got to make the first move. And the promise is that if you do, you'll get a response. Okay, so once you have that internal foundation of faith, something has to come out of it, right? And that brings us to our next theme. This isn't just a friendly piece of advice. It's presented as the absolute central rule for how we interact with each other, the command to love. Just listen to the language there, a new command. That takes love from just a feeling and turns it into a core directive, basically a law to live your life by. And the bar for this love is set incredibly high. It's supposed to be modeled on a perfect, sacrificial example. So how do you actually do that? How do you put that command into practice? The answer is this beautifully simple, universal principle. The golden rule makes it real. It gives you a practical test for everything you do. Are you treating other people the way you'd want to be treated? It's that simple. And this is where it gets really radical. This is probably the ultimate challenge of this whole philosophy. Look, it's one thing to love people who love you back, but this teaching pushes the idea to its absolute limit, extending love, goodwill, and even prayer to people who actively want to harm you. And you can't have this kind of radical love without talking about forgiveness. The two are completely tied together. The teaching is pretty clear that holding on to grudges and anger actually blocks your own spiritual connection. If you want to truly love, you have to be willing to forgive. So we have faith and we have love. This third core theme is all about the attitude, the posture you take as you move through the world. And it's a path that pretty much flips conventional wisdom about success and power right on its head. This is a classic paradox, right? The world tells us to promote ourselves, climb the ladder, be number one. This teaching says, nope, do the opposite. It suggests that real honor, real greatness, is found when you stop trying to lift yourself up. So where does this humility lead? To service. The prime example here is a leader who didn't come to be waited on, but to serve other people, even to the point of giving up his own life. This totally redefines what it means to be great. It shifts it from being about power over others to service for others. And the crucial thing here is that this isn't just some nice idea to think about. It's a call to action. It breaks down into 3 clear steps. First, a turn away from a self-centered life. Second, an acceptance of the sacrifices and struggles that come with this new path. And third, a commitment to actually follow through. So, what happens when you start to embrace these ideas of faith, love, and humility? Well, it naturally leads to a completely different perspective on all the things that usually stress us out. Money, security, what the future holds. This is such a direct challenge to our culture of anxiety. It's a call to just be present, to be here, now, to handle today's problems without being totally paralyzed by what might happen tomorrow. It basically says that worrying is pointless. And that leads us to another one of these huge paradoxes. Our gut instinct is to hold on tight to our life, our stuff, our reputation. But this teaching says that the only way to find real life is to open your hands and let go. The more you try to hang on, the more you lose. And this question, man, it just cuts right to the heart of everything. It forces you to stop and think about what really matters. What's the point of gaining everything the world has to offer if you lose yourself, your very soul, in the process? So why? Why this detachment from all the stuff the world obsesses over? The explanation is that the ultimate focus isn't on a physical, earthly kingdom. It's on a spiritual reality that plays by a totally different set of rules. And that brings us to our final theme. After all the challenges, the faith, the radical love, the humility, what's the end game? What's the result? It's a promise of a deep and lasting peace. This statement is just so powerful because it's so honest. It doesn't promise a life that's easy or free from pain. In fact, it pretty much guarantees you'll have trouble. But right alongside that realism, it offers this incredible promise of ultimate victory and a real reason to be courageous. And this peace isn't just some far-off hope for the future. It's grounded in a promise of constant companionship, of support that's with you through all of life's messes. The final assurance is that you're never actually alone on this journey. So, we'll leave you with this question to chew on. This whole blueprint we've walked through, built on faith, love, and humility, it all points toward an answer. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, peace isn't the absence of trouble, but the presence of something greater right in the middle of it.